Thank you so much. It's a real privilege to be here, and thank you for coming. I wanted to give the opening talk of the upcycle here in this library in honor of Stanford and all the things that we get to do together, and Roberto, especially to you for working with me on the archive, and it's a deep, deep privilege. Ray, it's a great opportunity for me to be connected here with this institution and your programs. Beyond sustainability, we like to joke that if I asked you what your relationship to your spouse was and you said sustainable, we might say, we're sorry. Is that maintenance? Is that what it is? So I'd like to talk about going beyond sustainability. And the upcycle was released yesterday. So we have it here today. And in a way, it's an upcycling of Cradle to Cradle. And so I have both books here. And because we're in a library, what does it mean that a book be a physical object? Aren't these just words? Couldn't they be on Kindles? What is this? These are two books. These are books. This book is a polymer. This is technical nutrition in our language. You can read it in the bathtub. It's designed to become polyester and polyester and polyester. Endless resourcefulness of technical material. Imagine. The upcycle couldn't have been made when we made this book. This book has been printed by the largest printer in the United States and is designed down to the molecule to be safe for biology, technology, biology. This book could become porridge for your grandchildren. Of course, it's only fiber, not much nutrition, but it's safe. It's even safe for burning. So if you're compelled, it's okay. So, technology, biology, what is that? With Cradle to Cradle, we put forward the idea that waste equals food, use current solar income, and respect diversity. And we have 5 fundamental frame conditions. We design materials to either go back to soil safely or be next to human skin and be safe. Do you realize there isn't a single black t-shirt out there that was ever designed to be next to human skin? Imagine. Or technical nutrition, a technical metabolism, where materials that are in technology return to technology and never contaminate the biosphere. That's the first condition. So biological and technical nutrition. Second, we have reverse logistics. We know where they go, and we know how to get them back. We design for disassembly. We design products as services, because what you really want is the service. If I sell you a television set, you now own 4,360 chemicals. Is that what you want? Is that what you went out to buy? So perhaps you really want the service of that piece of electronic hybridization. And when you finish with it, you'd like a new one, please. You see, the idea of design for durability, if it's your smartphone, really? I mean, how many of you buy a phone and go, this is fantastic, I'm going to have this for 25 years? See? But wouldn't it be great if you could say, I'm going to have this, and then I'm going to turn it in, and it's not going to pollute the environment, it's going to become something new without contaminating the biosphere. And I'll get a new one, etc. It's a new kind of planned obsolescence. So instead of just conspicuous consumption, it's endless resourcefulness. See the difference? It's planned obsolescence. We use it, then we take it apart and reuse it, etc. So some things we design for durability, those might be the things we love. Think of a car. There's basically, as far as I'm concerned, 3 kinds of car. The car you need, it's probably small, gets you around, zip car when you need it, whatever. There's the car you want, which is, probably BMW, performance, who knows. And then there's the car you love. And that's the one you keep in the garage and bring out on the weekends. For me, it's a 1958 Mercedes-Benz Roadster. But anyway, the idea that we could have the things we need, to have the things we want, and to have the things we love, why not? Some are durable, some are ephemeral, but we know what's next, because we designed what's next into what's now. So these two books represent the bookends of Cradle to Cradle, and they're physical objects that are self-similar to the messages that are inside. So this is not virtual. What we're looking at is the idea that materials themselves can have a kind of virtue. So Cradle to Cradle is the fulcrum. And when you think of Archimedes, even a famous newspaper on the East Coast misquoted Archimedes a few months ago and said that he said, "Give me a lever and a place to stand and I could move the earth." Oops. Those of us who have any engineering training whatsoever realize you can't move anything unless you have a fulcrum. Everybody forgets the fulcrum, the thing that does not move. So what is the thing that does not move? That's what Cradle to Cradle's for. It's an anchor, it's bedrock. Lean against it. You can use these principles to help you with innovation and design. It's something to rely upon. But we've discovered something in the last 10 years. And with upcycle, if we upcycle Cradle to Cradle itself, we would even upcycle our language slightly. So our goal with the upcycle is a delightfully diverse, safe, healthy, and just world with clean air, soil, water, and power, economically, equitably, ecologically, and elegantly enjoyed. Period. And we're not saying less unjust, less unsafe, less unhealthy. This is a positive direction. And as such, as we looked at the ideas of waste equals food, use current solar income, and respect diversity, we discovered something in the last 10 years. The first was, we no longer use the word waste at all, because in the Hanover Principles 1992, we wrote, eliminate the concept of waste. So we just stopped using the word waste. Because, sort of like if I said pink elephant, don't think of a pink elephant. You can't help it. So if we say waste, you can't help it. So forget it. Whenever you say waste, stop yourself, like Dr. Strangelove. And you go, waste, oh, stop. Just say nutrient and watch what happens. So instead of saying waste equals food, we now say everything is food. Food for biology, food for technology, and food for thought. Secondly, instead of just saying use current solar income, we say use clean, renewable energy, because we're seeing some new techniques for energy generation that I think will surprise all of us. And they don't come from 93 million miles away. And then, last, we changed respect diversity to celebrate diversity. Because you can respect diversity while it dies. I don't know how many of you saw the story of the monarch butterfly a couple weeks ago. The habitat has gone from 20 plus acres 20 years ago to 12 acres last year to 2.9 acres this year in Mexico, their winter valley habitat. From 20 plus acres to 2.9. A lot of reasons, one of which was the drought, another is they're still foresting. People are dragging trees out of there on lumber trucks covered with butterflies. What kind of species are we? And yet there are 900,000 kids in America using their smartphones to track the northern migrations of monarchs. And they won't be there anymore. So we can respect the monarchs and their diversity while they disappear. So we decided to say, celebrate diversity. So I'm designing a building in Barcelona where the lobby decor, instead of trees, is 2 walls with shelves in them of chrysalises that are the butterflies, the ancient butterflies of Barcelona that are going extinct, coming out of their cocoons. And every weekend the children will be able to open the outside windows to release the butterflies into Barcelona. And then the story becomes to talk to the Parks Department and the Highway Department. So all those things we used to call weeds, once again, are habitat. Another reason for the monarch decline is with, I think, 84% of the corn crop and over 90% of the soybean crop in the United States using Roundup Ready Monsanto crops. With the herbicides, we don't have milkweed in the soybean anymore. So if the idea is corn syrup,